Hey, Lisa. We'll get started here in just a minute. You'll need a light to moderate set of something you can hold on to. So if you don't have dumbbells, it's going to be more of a, like I think on the video it showed you can use like jugs of water, or you can hold water bottles or cans or something like that. I'm going to be using 8-pound dumbbells. The movements are bicep curls, chest flies, plank low rows, a shoulder press, but it's going to be kind of, that's not the big focus of it. More of the focus is on the exercise that comes before it. So it's okay if it's not very heavy on the weight. We'll start here in just a minute. Want to get your heart rate monitor hooked up? Take a second, get your water ready, and we'll begin here in just a sec. Kathy?
Hello.
Okay, good. I can be heard. All right. We only got a couple weeks left of this at-home stuff. We're going to get back in the studios. Kathy, are you still up in Idaho?
Yes, I am, and I haven't even heard when they're going to open.
I don't know when Idaho is either. I know at least all the, well, I guess the St. George studio is opening today because they have different regulations down in that county. But yeah, they're the only Utah studio that'll be open as of now. Will be St. George today, and then all of us open in 2 weeks from tomorrow. We're getting there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get warmed up. A lot of this is a mix kind of between core, there's a little bit of lower body, there's some upper body. It's kind of a lot of everything. It's gonna be more of an endurance feel. You're gonna see a lot of reps. A lot of the blocks are gonna be the same. There are 5-6 minute blocks. Go ahead and start with some arm circles forward. Yeah, so we're gonna have, here's how a typical block's gonna look. Let me outline block number 1 as we're getting warmed up. It's gonna be 50 reps of a power jack and then 10 bicep curls. We're gonna have 6 minutes to try to complete 5 rounds, and you're going to decrease your reps on the first exercise. So in this case, the power jacks by 10. Go ahead and go backwards. So it'll be 50, then 10 bicep curls, 40, and then 10 bicep curls, 30, 10, 20, 10, 10, 10. If we finish, there's gonna be a core movement if we get there. If not, it's totally fine, but it's gonna be 6 minutes kind of moving fast and trying to keep going throughout. Go ahead and just alternate, bringing your heels up towards your glutes, shifting weight from side to side. So that's going to be, every block is going to have that same structure: 50, 10, 40, 10, 30, 10, 20, 10, 10, 10. And then a core exercise at the end if you get there. So it's going to be real easy to move through. It's going to challenge your endurance. It's not going to be a lot of downtime in between, just a quick little time for me to explain how the next block's going to work. I'll take your knees up front. And this one's going to be real good on your hamstrings. Take your feet apart, point your toes forward, bring your arms out. You're just going to reach down, opposite hand to the opposite foot. So you will need a light to moderate set of something to hold on to. Then go ahead and reach down towards the floor and then bring your shoulders back up. Just nice and slow, so you're getting some active movement to your hips and hamstrings, but you're not holding the stretch. Yeah, let's do some jumping jacks for about 30 seconds. Keep going through it. Okay, after kind of finishing up, get a sip of water, shake it out a little bit, move around how you need to make sure you're adequately warmed up. And let me go over block number 1. Okay, so remember the 50 decreasing by 10 and 10. So we're going to start out with power jack. Grab whatever weight you want to use, hold it from the ends, hold it right here close. You're just going to hop your feet out and press up and overhead. You can step and press as an option, 50 of them, 50. And then you'll have a weight of some sort in both hands for 10 bicep curls. Okay, then we'll go into 40 reps of the power jack, 10 bicep curl, 30, 10, 20, 10, 10, 10. If we finish, you won't do those two exercises anymore. You're just gonna go on to a static crunch, which means you hold your shoulders off the floor, heel touch, reaching from side to side. And this is what you'll do for the remaining time. So what you wanna not do is rush through it so that you have like a few minutes of static crunch heel touches. Take your time. We might have a minute or so with it. This is 6 minutes of total time, so you got a lot of time to work. And get your weight ready. I'll count you down to the start, and then you can either follow me, you can go at your own pace, you can do whatever's gonna work best for you, but it's real simple to follow through. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and get started. So 50 to begin. It's 15 so far. There's 30, 20 more. Last 5. Handbrake, okay. And grab your weights, 10 bicep curls. Three more. You remember our second round on power jacks, we're doing 10 less, so we're going for 40. Start whenever you're ready. There's halfway. Remember, step is an option if you need to. Three more. Whew. Then back to bicep curls. We're 2 minutes into our 6 minutes. Remember, this isn't supposed to feel incredibly heavy on your arms. It's more about continual movement and minimizing, if not taking away, the rest between the exercises, so that we're not getting a lot of downtime in the 6 minutes. That's where you're gonna get the endurance feel. Kind of like the bicep curl is our base, the power jacks are our push. Okay, let's go to 30 reps. We're 2.5 minutes in. There's 15. And done with the 30. Okay, another 10 bicep curls. So we got the 20 round, the 10 round, and then the static crunch heel touch if we get there. I am definitely thankful I at least have some kind of weights to use. We have 3s, 5s, and 8s in this house, and yoga mats, and that's essentially it. Okay, let's get 20 power jacks. Since we're getting reps lower, I'm actually gonna hold both dumbbells and press above my head. You can kind of do whatever you want. There's 10. And there is 20. Okay, we got about 1:45. See our 10 bicep curls, then we'll get to our final round before the heel touch. Pam. 8, 9, 10. Okay, here's our last round. We got 10 reps. And then we got 10 more bicep curls, and we'll get the heel touch. We have 1:15. Okay, 10 bicep curls, then we'll have probably 45 seconds on that heel touch, which is perfect. 3. There's 6. 9, 10. Okay. If you're there, it's holding a crunch position. So with your shoulders lifted off the floor and just reach for your heels. We have 40 seconds. Really feel the obliques as you lean over and touch the heel. That side should flex really good. Keep space between your chin and your chest. Remember, we're going until I call time. We got 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, take a quick breather. I'm going to explain. Block number 2. Welcome to you guys who just jumped on. We're not too deep into this. This is block 2 of 5 6-minute blocks. We still got plenty of time. Okay, so block 2, same structure. We got 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 reps in between of a different exercise. The first one is a seated torso rotation. So with your weight, you're just going to plant your heels on the ground and rotate from side to side. This is the total rep count. So 50 means 25 each way. Make sure when you rotate, you're not doing this where you're leaving your face facing forward. You want your head to turn with you, and you keep your dumbbell stationary so you're not rowing the weight. It's glued right to your chest or right out in front of your body. Okay, so we'll get our 50, then we'll grab a matching weight, get in the bridge position, and we're gonna go into a chest fly for 10 reps. Okay, if we finish our 5 rounds, we are going to do crunches until time's called, just with your feet flat on the floor, lifting your shoulders up away from the mat or the floor. Okay, with your hands right at your chest or right out by your ears. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll begin with the torso rotation 50 times, keeping your hips stable, moving through the trunk of your body. Let's do it. 3. Oh, let me get the timer going. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and get started. I'll keep you posted on time. Number 50. There's 20, 30 more. Ten more. Okay. Then we're gonna go into, I'm gonna flip the other direction so I can see my clock a little better. The iso bridge, chest fly, 10 reps. And we're about a minute in. Really feel your glutes squeeze. You don't need to arch your back to have it be effective. Just feel the glutes and hamstrings engage. The secondary part of it's the chest fly. Primary part is stability. 5 more. One more. All right, now we're on to round 2, 40 reps. $20. There's our 40. Okay, back to the chest fly. Getting a good, decent bridge, not an overarching in the back. Just lift your hips up, squeeze once you reach that position, stop, hold it, and then do the fly. You need to increase the challenge on this one if you're wanting. You can always go a little slower. Just remember this in-between exercise is supposed to feel like a base pace. The other one, the intensity feels a little more like a push, that higher rep count. 3 more. Okay, now we got 30. We're 3 minutes in, 3 to go. We're on a good pace to get to the crunches. There's 10. There's 20. Ooh, 30. Back to the chest fly. Find your bridge. And here's our last one for 10. Okay, guys, we're at 4 minutes. We're ready for the 20 and the 10 round. Let's go. There's 10. And 20. Let's get in the bridge. 4 more. Little bend in the elbows. You can increase the bend if it's bugging your shoulders. Okay, we got 1 more round of 10. We have a minute to go. There's 10. Get 10 flies and then we'll do crunches. Five more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Boom. Okay. We have 30 seconds of crunches. Plant your feet down. You can lift your feet up a little bit if it feels better on your back. And just lift your shoulders and chest off the floor. Just enough so your shoulder blades come up. Hands right at your chest. Space between your chin and your chest. So crunching doesn't mean crunching your neck. It means focusing on that upper part of your abdominal wall. We got 10 seconds. So feel it right here. Not stressing the cervical spine. 3, 2, 1. Take a quick breather. Let me go over block number 2. Man, we are flying through this. Okay. So, same setup. Okay, you got a bit more of a cardio movement. And then we have a dumbbell movement. So 50 reps of a lateral hop. So you're gonna take both feet, I'll step back a little bit so you can see better. Both feet at the same time. And you're going to hop from side to side. You can go quick, you can go slow. You can take a big step and touch as an option if you'd like, but you're doing 50 total, 25 each way. But the goal, if you can, the impact doesn't bother you, it's both feet at the same time. So it's not a speed skater planting both feet, landing, stabilize, jump. Then you have a plank, low row, 10 total, 5 each way. In a plank position, elbow comes back into the side, keeping your hips stable so they're not rotating and pulling out. You can drop down to your knees as a great option. Now, if this is a lot of pressure on your wrist, fear not. Just get into a hinged position, leaning on top of the front leg and pull your elbow back into the side. Do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. No wrist pressure. Good to go. A little bit more stability on your back if you have back issues. And you're good. Okay, let me get the clock ready. Get my area set up. We're gonna go for 6 minutes. This one's gonna be a battle to get through. Oh, and then the core exercise. I can't forget it. Single leg V-ups. So one leg at a time, you're gonna reach up towards your toes. You can bend your knees as an option. That's if we get there, and it is gonna be tough to get there. So you're gonna have to hang with me. See if we can go quick. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin with the lateral hop. Let's do 50 of them. There's 10. There's 20. 30. 40. 10 more. Woo. 50. Feel those in your calves. Okay, we got the plank. Alternating, low row. The goal is hip stability, so don't let anything compromise that. So use your knees as an option if you need to, or go wide on your stance. There's 4. There's 8. And your core should be feeling that more so than the arms or the back on the rowing portion. Okay, we got 40. So I'm getting my heart rate up a little bit higher of the hop. There's 20. There's 30. And 40. Remember, stability on this one. Think of it like base. That was your push. So go nice and slow and controlled. Anti-rotation is the goal. Don't let your hips swivel. So I know you know if they're moving. And if they are, simply put your knees down and you're good to go, and it's going to work your core a lot better than the swivel. There's 6. Okay. Ooh, we're going to get to the single leg V-ups. 30 of the hop. I'll update you every 10. There's 10. There's 20. And there's 30. We're halfway. We're making some good time. We're probably going to have a minute of V-ups. Stay with the pace you're at. Find your stability. Go from 4 points of contact to 3. Brace through the trunk of your body. Flex your glutes. That'll keep your hips stable. If you're like, I can't flex my glutes, then you need to drop down to your knees. One more each side. Okay. Got the round of 20. This round's getting my heart rate up. And the other 2 we did. There's 15. And there's 20. Whew. Get some water after this. Okay, 10 low rows. We are 4 minutes in. We got 2 minutes to go. One more each side. 10 lateral hops. We're gonna be done in just seconds. Halfway. There's 10. Okay, one more round on the low row. We got 1:15 to go, and then we'll do V-ups. There's 5. 9. Okay, set your dumbbells to the side. We have 45 seconds. Ooh, we're making good time. Single leg V-ups. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. If you can keep your leg straight, flex your foot. Don't let it be all loose. Something that helps, if you're like, I can't get up very high, come up with your upper body before the legs lift. So come up a little bit, then lift your legs second. I bet you get a little higher.
Mm.
20 seconds. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Guys, we got 2 more 6-minute blocks. We're done with this thing. Take a little breather. I know I need some water. Okay. So now, instead of a lateral hop, you have what's called a scissor jump. I'm going to show you 2 different views. So from the side, it looks like this, where you left hand comes forward as the right foot comes forward and the other arm lower. So it's like you're going this way. Okay, so from the front, just moving your feet kind of in a scissoring motion, your opposite arms are pumping. So we got 50, so it's 50 total, 40, 30, 20, 10. In between, have your weights in both hands, keep them at your shoulders. No squat, you're just going to pivot, rotate, and press. You're doing 10 total. It's a soft bend in your knees, but not a full squat. Let me repeat that, not a full squat, 10 times. And then in between, we have a forearm plank, knee tap. Or sorry, not in between, at the end if we happen to finish for the remaining time. So remember what that looks like. You did this for like a week ago or so from the forearms, and all you're doing is tapping your knee down without letting your hips drop down or your hips rotate. So the goal is not to rotate, it's just a little touch side to side. What it does is it works your obliques and hip flexor stability as long as you don't let your hips tilt. So today we're doing a lot of hip stabilizing movements. Okay, so we have the scissor jumps, alternating rotational press, 50, 10, 40, 10, 30, 10, 20, you guys got it. Okay, I'll start you guys off. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Get that up. There's 20, 30, 40, and 50. Woo. Then we got that alternating rotational press, little bend in the knees as you rotate, press the weight up and overhead. Take your time, remember this is like base. Make sure you're pivoting, watch my feet. Pivot out to the side as you press up and overhead. And it's a neutral press with your palm facing in towards your head. And that rotation helps to work a little balance and through your obliques. 1 more each side. 40 on the scissor. I always have to get my hands and stuff set up. So if you're starting with your right foot forward, just bring your left hand up, and naturally your body's gonna do this cross-cocking where it just flows. Halfway. There's 30. And there we go, 40. And if you don't want to get that rotation on the press, just do a single arm press and alternate from side to side. One more. Okay, we're about 2 minutes and 20 seconds in. Round of 30. We're gonna get to plenty of those knee taps in the plank position. Get set up, 30 of them. 10, 20, 30. Okay. Four more. One more each side. Okay, now we got a round of 20. We got about 2.5 minutes left on the block. Okay. There's 15, 20. We're gonna have a lot of those plank knee taps, man. This round went a little faster. There's 6, 7. There's 10. Okay, we got a round of 10 and 10. And then we'll do the plank knee taps. These are gonna go by quick. You probably don't even need to count them. Do it for a few seconds and you'll be good. There's 10. Okay. Back to the alternating shoulder press. We have 1 minute and 40 seconds. One more each side. Okay, we have 1 minute 20. You guys ready? Plank knee taps for the remaining time. I'll keep you posted on time. You can drop to your knees as an option and just lift the knee instead of tapping it for a little more stability if you want. Remember, hip stability without letting them drop is the key. It takes a lot of control. About 1 minute. We have 30 seconds, guys. Come on. Remember, when you're in a plank, hold the plank. Don't hold your hands. If you're holding your hands right now, let them go. Press down through your elbows, not horizontally through your wrists. No holding hands. Socially distance those hands. Give them some distance. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Take a little breather. Here's our final round. This is going to be a lot on your core, so be prepared. You will not need the dumbbells anymore. Oh, we are perfect on time. With the stretching, we're going to end at about 6:45. Okay. So you won't need the weights. We can get those out of the way. You'll just need your mat. You're going to start out with static crunch with scissors. 50. So 25 each way. You can either have your hands right across your chest as you scissor kick your feet, keeping your feet flexed. They're not all loose. They're going parallel to each other. Or if your back is bugging you, put your hands underneath your hips. You're going to see me do this. as you scissor kick your feet. The lower your legs go down, the more pressure it's going to put on your lower back. So you can always go a little bit higher too as an option. Only bend your knees if you really have to. Try to take the higher option first. In between, you're going to go palms to elbows. So dropping down to your forearms, pushing up to your palms, hip stability. We've been preaching this all morning. Not letting your hips go all crazy and rock from side to side. If they are, and I know you know if they are, so be real with yourself in your living room and go down to your knees. Okay, now if we finish our 5 rounds, we're gonna do bicycles for the remaining time. Trust me, you do not want more than 60 seconds of bicycles, so don't go fast on these. I'll pace you through it, but bicycles are where you bring your elbow behind your shoulder. That's this one, not your elbow to your knee. Let me repeat that. Elbow behind your shoulder, not to your knee. If you try to bring it to your knee, your neck's gonna flex a little bit more than it needs to. Keep space here and focus on length as you bring your elbow back. Okay, are we all good? Scissor kicking. The static crunch is where you're holding your shoulders off the floor. Okay, I'm gonna start the timer in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. There's 20. 30. 40. 50. Woo. Palms to elbows, 5 each way. Think stability in your hips. So I'm gonna bring my feet wide. There's 5. 1 more. Okay, 40 scissors. These rounds take a little longer, so you gotta get to those bicycles. We gotta move quickly. There's 10. Flex your feet. Flex them, flex them. It's 20. 30. Whew. Okay. There's 5. 1 more. Whew. And this round is by far the hardest. Man. Okay. 30 scissors. 10. 20. 30. Keep it up, guys. We're almost halfway through our time. We're at 2:45 right now. Okay. There's 5. Keep those hips stable. Come on. 2 more. Okay. Round of 20. We're at 3.5 minutes. Come on. 10. 20. You guys, man. Whew. I'm like getting in the orange doing core work. Okay. Five more. Two more. Okay. We got a round of 10 and 10. We have a minute and 45 seconds. Come on. Let's get to the bicycles. 8, 9, 10. Okay. We're gonna be just under a minute on the bicycles. My goodness, hitting the palms to elbows are the tough one. Woo. All right, let's get it done. If your butt's not up in the air, there's 5. Okay, friends, we have 45 seconds of bicycles. Remember your elbows, focus on those. Back behind the shoulder, not to your leg, please. Let's go, we have 40 seconds. Flex your feet like you're kicking something away from you. This is the home stretch, 30 seconds. Think of this like you're all out. "15 seconds. Space between your chin and your chest. Could you put an orange there? There should be enough room. 3, 2, 1. While you're down on the mat, let's turn over into Cobra. So place your hands underneath your shoulders. Point your toes back if you're able to. Push up onto your palms. You can go to your forearms if it's more comfortable. Let your lower back flexed and your torso up front, stretch and lengthen. And look up if you can. We're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. And then we're gonna stand. Actually, no, we're gonna be staying down on the mat, never mind. Okay, now curl your toes under. You can bring your right foot forward. Lift up your left knee and just sink down into your right hip. You can lower your knee if it's more comfortable for you. I'll take your hands off, put your knee down, and you're gonna lift your left arm up and reach over to the right. And get a little length through those obliques that we worked. Let's switch to the other side and step the right knee back. Left foot forward if you can. Elevate the knee for a second. Sink down into your left hip. When you feel ready, you can drop the knee, lift the hands, and then reach with your right arm over to the left. Let's go into down dog. So hands down, step your foot back, curl your toes under, press your heels down, sink your head right between your shoulders. You can alternate walking out, pedaling out through your feet, pressing one heel at a time a little closer to the floor. Some length through the calves and Achilles. Bring your right knee forward. Left knee comes down. And the pigeon on the right side. The amount of pressure you put down on that right hip is all up to you. You can go down a little lower if you want, as long as your lower back isn't rounding. Keep a neutral spine. Might even twist and lean into the right hip a little more. Okay, switch sides. Make sure too, you guys, tomorrow morning, there's gonna be on this OTF Live Workouts website we have, We're going to post a link for a live Q&A at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, Mountain Standard Time, for you guys to ask the owner of the studios that we have, Dave, any questions you want. It can be any questions about booking, reopening, sanitizing, whatever questions you have on your mind that you want answered. We'll hear directly from the source. It's going to be like an hour-long Zoom call or however many people have questions, but I would highly recommend jump on it if you can. We'll have all of the link and password and everything on our OTF Live Workouts website. Kids going to child's pose. But if you're not able to make it on it, we are going to record it and post it to our YouTube channel, so not everyone can jump on it. And we're also going to do another Q&A coming up on Monday at 5 p.m. So if tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. doesn't work, Monday at 5 p.m. will be a second opportunity of just open Q&A, because we want to make sure you guys' questions get answered and that you're not left wondering certain things. So if you have some questions in mind, maybe write them down, prepare them, so you're not just like on the spot when we actually get the call going. Because I know sometimes people can be a little bit timid or not want to say things, and we really want you guys to feel very comfortable asking really any questions you might have. There's no dumb questions. We want to make sure you guys feel plenty comfortable and ready to make it back in here and work out with us and get out of my stinking garage. So we love you guys and hope you have a great rest of your morning.